Welcome to the Peter Podcast. Joining me, we've got Anthony Morley from Zinc IT. Nearly got it wrong then, sorry. And he's been working with us for 8 years now.
Yeah, 8 years.
So tell us a bit about your role and what you do as operations director, what you do at Zinc IT.
So my job currently is to look after the day-to-day side of the business, make sure the customers are happy, make sure the staff are happy, and to try and get us new business. We're a small to medium-sized business, I guess. So being a director of any kind, you've got to have multiple hats. Yeah.
So what does Zinc IT do?
So at Zinc IT, we support businesses with their IT infrastructure, everything from their servers, switches, routers, all the way to James in accounts who needs help fixing a file because it's corrupt, or everything. So we're a managed service for businesses across the South Coast.
So have you seen business change much over the last few years then?
When I first started, it was back in 2021. So obviously there was a great shift in people needing to work from the office.
Yeah.
All of a sudden not being able to go into the office, so they needed the resource to work from home. It's kind of made its way back to people in the office, but I would say it's probably still a 50-50 split of people in the office. And
And so the service you offer is different as a result of that?
Different from a perspective that there's more stuff in play, so everyone's got a home router as opposed to, or however they access stuff at work. Yeah, there's more variables, so it's slightly more difficult, but at the same time, great.
Fab. So let's talk about Anthony Morley then. You said you promised us the real Anthony Morley. So tell us about your journey with Peter.
With Peter, okay. Shall I start just before Peter?
Do it.
Okay, fine. So I worked in retail. I worked for a large chain of shops. I was a retail manager for about 15 years. And it got to COVID. They furloughed me. And I suddenly had that sharp realisation that actually the demise of the high street, if I'm not careful here, 5 years' time, I could be out of a job. So I had a young family and I was like, I should probably, if I need to shift my career, now is the time that I need to shift my career. And at the time I was thinking that my assistant manager at the retail position, her husband is now my boss.
Okay.
So he's like,
connections.
Come work with me. Yeah, come work with me. Why don't you come work? I was like, what do you need me to do? It's like, I don't know yet, but you are the right person for my business.
So it's about behaviours and how you engage.
Exactly. There wasn't even really a position. He was like, I know how you work. I know your work ethic, and come work for me. We'll find you a job.
Amazing.
I was a bit lucky.
And he saw something in you.
Yeah. So obviously the work environment I try and create a place where people feel comfortable to come to work. Obviously his wife must have had nice things to say about me as her boss because I was her boss at the time. Yeah. It was like, come work for me. We'll find something. And the only position that was really available was sales and marketing. So I spent years doing sales from a shop to consumer, like easy peasy, because you get told what products you have, you put it on the shelf, and then like the customers buy it. So I thought, sales, how hard can it be to sell IT? Yeah, no problem. Marketing, I think I had a Facebook account. I didn't have LinkedIn, that's for sure. So I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm way out of my depth. And he was like, hear me out. We work with Peter. So they worked with Peter before I joined. They've got a digital marketing apprenticeship. Why don't you do that alongside your job? That'll help you. And I was like, yeah, okay. So that was 2020.
Mid-COVID, wasn't it?
Mid-COVID, yeah. I changed my job. So I started in the October, and it just so happened that the courses were running all the time. So I came into Peter, and I'd done that apprenticeship alongside the set. Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed that apprenticeship. Back then, I used to get about 2 emails a day. Oh, what I would do for 2 emails a day now. But yeah, I just remember it being a really good, fun experience, and I learned a lot. After that, I think I won the Apprentice of the Year, 2020.
AZ Awards.
Yeah, the AZ Awards in 2022, I want to say, when it was back in the Maritime Hotel.
Yes, that was just before I joined, wasn't it?
Just before you joined, and that was off the back of the apprenticeship that I just completed.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thanks. It's great. It's still got the award in the office. And since then, we've just had apprentice after apprentice. Yeah, it's been really good. Our relationship with Peter, our working relationship's really good. The whole team are fantastic, the recruitment team all the way through to the trainers.
So I'm sure you didn't stop learning when you finished doing your apprenticeship.
No.
So more recently, you've been doing procasts, is it, you said?
Yeah, procasts.
So
yeah.
why did you start? So hang on. You were doing sales and marketing then, but
Yeah.
you're now operations director.
Yeah.
So how did you go from finishing your digital marketing apprenticeship into that?
Well, again, I'll bring it back to small business, needing lots of hats. We didn't have a sales and marketing team when I first joined. We built it into a little sales and marketing machine, and I was promoted off the back of that, and then another promotion later on, and it just landed into the more you do, I guess the more you get asked to do. And I'm nosy is the honest answer. I like to, what's going on over there?
Right.
What's going on over there? Yeah, so I've just landed that role. Yeah, it's been good.
So are you technically competent in IT?
No, I'm the least competent IT person in the business.
Are you?
Genuinely, I'm the least technical IT person within the business. From a practical technical skills ability, my job still remains sales and marketing. Whilst Charlie does the day-to-day sales and marketing stuff, I still have an overview of that. But from a technical perspective, yeah, I've got the team are fantastic. I know enough to get me from A to B, and I can explain concepts of stuff. But one thing I do know is cyber essentials, like the compliance and security side of stuff. I've learned that from when I finished my apprenticeship to now. It's the security compliance side of stuff.
And that's important as a leader in a business anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's helped shape our internal stuff, and it's also allowed me to go to our customers with confidence and say, yeah, you should be doing this, and for these reasons. Yeah, it's really good. So procasts,
Not
podcasts, procasts. We work with a really good company. The idea behind a procast is to create video content in order to be between 45 seconds to 2 minutes long, and its sole purpose is to educate people.
Okay.
That's all it is. Mainly customer pain points, so I'm trying to answer them before customers come to me. So, for example, why is IT so expensive? How long should I wait before I change IT companies? Stuff that I get asked all the time when prospecting. The aim is so that it can be educational, sit on the website, and before they come to speak to me about the service that we offer, they've already got the answers to the questions that they're going to ask. So, that was the aim to that. I'm quite chatty, as you can probably tell.
So why did you suddenly decide to do that? Was that part of the plan, or were you just giving it a go?
Typically, IT companies are like boring. Sit in a cellar, like in the dark. I love sitting in the dark, but like in the dark, in the basement. So we have
to pause on that a little bit, because we have found out today that we haven't recorded that you actually like working in the dark.
I love working in the dark. Yeah.
So just to add context as to your last comment then.
Okay, yeah. I love working in the dark. I get into the office early in the morning. I'm most productive when it's dark. I've just got my computer screen on in me. I can get on with my emails, and then I get on with my day.
So light becomes a distraction for you, I guess.
Genuinely, yeah. I don't know why, but I guess it's focus. So when it's dark, I can focus better. I can't remember the question you started with.
No, we were talking about something completely different, but we stumbled on you working in the dark. So did you stumble into procasts, or did you make a concerted decision to market the business using procasts?
The decision was made. Traditionally, IT companies are considered boring.
Yeah, there we go.
People can't have a conversation with people, sat in a dark room, only ring in the 4:30, tell you to turn it on and off again.
Yeah.
I think we're not about that. Every single member of the team can have a conversation with someone comfortably, and it's trying to debunk that myth, essentially.
Right.
And what better way to do that than video, like being sat in front of a camera answering questions.
So are the whole team going to join in on these procasts?
I'm working on it. I am working on it, but I think I'll get them all involved. Yeah. It was part of a marketing. So Charlie comes up with the marketing strategy for the year ahead, and as part of that is how do we make IT more interesting? Because it can be boring. Yeah. But Charlie was like, how about we just show people who we are?
Okay. So this is you, people. So it's about marketing the team.
Yeah, so it's more I suppose it's personal branding as well as business branding, you could say. We've worked very hard on the personal branding the last year, individuals branding. I do a lot of videos. Sometimes I can record for a day and you get no views at the end of the month. It's quite sad, but Sometimes you do that one video.
I take it personally.
Yeah, that's the thing. You do enough. One of them will do really well.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. We started this podcast for similar reasons. So we talked about the AZ Awards. So we have our annual AZ Awards where we celebrate our apprentices fundamentally. And when I joined 3 years ago, I was blown away by the awards. And the reason I was is it wasn't because it was an award ceremony. We've all been to those. They can be a bit poncy, can't they?
Yes.
But what happens at the AZ Awards is bizarre for me because it is a community of businesses that genuinely feel part of Peter and can invest in Peter, and they've continued to use some of them for 55 years. So our marketing strategy was, how are we going to bottle that feeling that our customers have and share it? And this is part of what this is about, which is probably similar to what you're saying, is that it's part of your marketing strategy.
Well, yeah, no, it's exactly that. And like you said, with people, and I've been to them the Peter Awards, and you're right, there's no real competitiveness. It's just about being able to celebrate all these wonderful young people that have achieved so much throughout the year. It's probably one of my highlights of it. I go to loads of boring awards, but that one I thoroughly enjoy.
It's just great fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a real celebration. So that's where this was born from as well.
I hear a lot of businesses, and they're businesses that don't work with Peter, say, I don't know how you get on with apprentices, like I can never find a good one. Like, I'm sorry. And they're like, yeah, it's terrible. Like, are they usually gone in a few months? I know what it is, and I do tell them, like, you've got to invest the time in them.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You get 20%, don't you? You're meant to give 20% for on-the-job training.
Yeah.
Businesses don't do it. There are businesses out there that just make them work, stick them in situations. There's no learning opportunities. It's like giving someone the tools to fix a car and saying, yeah, off you go. They're not going to be able to fix the car.
So do you apply a mentor model within your business then, so when you're supporting apprentices?
That's my role. I enjoy it. And even now we've got other people in the business that are probably better suited to do it. I still do it because I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
So why are they better suited? Because of the technical skills?
Technical skills, yeah. So from getting them through the apprenticeship, knowing the knowledge, skills and behaviours, I've got all of that because I've done it 3 or 4 times with others. But from a technical perspective, it's a combined effort. The whole management team's been on the
mentor course.
Yeah. So it's something we believe in. You give the guys the time and it's just paid back to you in bucket loads. So the apprenticeship, as a business, we use the apprenticeship scheme in order to scale our business.
How many of your team do you reckon percentage-wise have been through an apprenticeship?
Oh, okay. So there's currently 11 of us. When I started, there was 5 of us. Okay. So we've gone from 5 to 11. Half the team pretty much have done an apprenticeship at Peter.
That's quite a lot for business to take on with that 20% for all of those people. So you've got 50% of them have been through and you've got 2 or 3 on the go at a time. There's still that amount of time you have to invest in them being out of the business.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. It doesn't work otherwise. They don't get the best out of it. We don't benefit from it. And ultimately, if you can help... I know, so I went to college. I went to college for about a month. Like, I didn't enjoy it. Actually, at the time, I had it was a part-time job in the shop, but I was working like 70 hours a week. And I was like, I'm earning £200 a week here at 16 years old. I thought, yeah, maybe this college isn't for me. Like, in hindsight, I would have stuck with college, but then I wouldn't be here. So, yeah, an apprenticeship is an alternative to college, it's so good. It's a good option.
It's really interesting. I speak to lots of business leaders, and today we've had a handful in doing some of these podcasts. I don't think there's any of them that have done a degree or gone to university.
Okay, that's
really interesting. It might be generational, so you might find that there's people coming through, but we've had quite a lot of people today that just have literally done like you and just worked really hard and learned and tried and failed and started, and just kept going.
Well, that's the thing. I'm very lucky. I have been given the freedom to fail. Like, don't get me wrong, I've not got everything right, but having the backing of someone that's like, you're going to make a mistake. It's okay to make a mistake. It's how you respond to the mistakes. And that's the exact sort of thing we adopt with all the apprentices. It's and I would say, when I speak to people from Peter who work with Peter, you're probably right. It's like, I never went to day college in my life. I've been on the machine for 10 years and just got promoted and promoted and promoted. So, hard work does pay off. And you can be not the best in the classroom, but if you've got practical skills, because I think the biggest transition for every single person that we've had as an apprentice is the writing up of the portfolio pieces.
Yeah.
It's just like being back in school. But everything else is like, this is such a better way of learning how to do things.
And so is there a better way of doing that part of it, do you think? So is writing important for business?
You need to be able to articulate well. So yeah, it's beneficial. But we've had it where writing's not the strongest point. So you get the word to text on Word, or we bought a dictaphone for one of the apprentices because they really struggle to write things down, but they can chat like me. So chatting into this and then turning it into a bit of course, it just helps. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I remember having somebody tell me my writing was verbose, and I was I don't know, must have been about 40 at that point. And I remember feeling really hurt by this. But it was that moment that made me realise that actually sometimes writing something down really helps articulate what you're trying to say, because I can talk like you. I can chat through stuff and it may be rambly, it may not. But it's just interesting, isn't it? I think when you have to write something down, you know, boards and all that kind of stuff, you have to feed into the senior team.
It's important. And I guess that's why probably every single apprenticeship you have to have minimum of GCSE, C,
yeah, we do. Yeah, not
maybe.
Always, but yeah.
But
If they're not, we absolutely try and get them up to that.
And I'm assuming it's for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Because they need to be able to write. And yeah, Charlie would love to come talk to you, I'm sure.
And Charlie is
our digital marketing executive.
Right.
Charlie did an apprenticeship here. Probably started 4 years ago, I want to say. Maybe was it 2022, Charlie?
Nodding.
Yes.
2022? Yeah, so he finished in 2024. He's now solely responsible for the sales and the stuff that people see of me in the videos is all Charlie. Content creation, the guides, the videos, the blogs, that's Charlie's.
So have you got a plan? Have you got a Anthony plan, or are you rolling with it and seeing what comes? Because it sounds to me like you did your apprenticeship and you keep learning. You put yourself out of your comfort zone continually to do more, to change, to adapt.
Well, so as a business, I think as an IT company, we're going to have to change pretty quickly because it's a buzzword at the minute, AI.
Yeah.
People are wanting to use it without understanding the potential dangers.
Yeah.
Which is partly why we started doing the webinars at the beginning of this year. So we're going to run them every 8 weeks for the course of this year. It's basically to try and explain the dangers of AI, safe use of AI, AI you can use in order to... So most businesses get this great idea in their head, AI is going to replace people. The businesses that we're working, small to medium-sized businesses, unless you've got loads and loads of money, that's not going to happen. Businesses from about 20 to 50 people should really be using it to help with their day-to-day job. How can we make things better? How can we make things quicker?
Yeah.
How can we free up Anthony's time so that he can actually go out and do what he's supposed to do?
And have time to think legitimately.
Yeah, just have time to think again. And there's a lot of people will just sign up to anything on the internet and they'll put their customer data on it, not even thinking about the consequences. Again, as part of that education, everything has to have an educational piece towards it. Yeah, it has to be us as a company, Anthony as a human being, giving practical scenarios and real life situations, not the ones you see on the top. Well, if you use this, productivity is going to go up by 70% and all of a sudden you're going to get 4 days back a week. Like practical, sensible steps in order to help you succeed in a day.
And you believe that approach is now helping you grow your business?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So Charlie's joined us based on your recommendation to get us to have a chat with Charlie. So tell us then, Charlie, what do you do?
So I'm digital marketing executive at Zinc IT. I kind of handle anything to do with social media, our website, webinars that we're getting up to, events in person if we're exhibiting, if we're visiting. When me and Ant kind of go out on our little outings to, if we're going to do the procasts, as Ant mentioned, expos, all that kind of thing. Any kind of digital presence you see with Zinc IT, it's normally I've done something behind it.
You've done your digital marketing apprenticeship. You finished it yet?
Yes, I finished it April 2024.
Okay, so you've done that.
Yes.
So how do you market a sector that you have to learn about?
Well, it's a good question, because so when I first got the role, I knew I'd be in marketing, and I thought if you're a car salesman, you got to sell the car. Selling IT is completely different, and it's a very different animal to kind of face, because someone can't see IT. Like, it's kind of, their business has to have it to operate, but it's a very hard sell, is what I learned very quickly. So I knew immediately it was about building like a strong online presence for Zinc IT that we didn't kind of have to start with, and set a good foundation. But it was about getting something like properly kind of built up, so everyone knows, they see Zinc IT, they know the people behind it, and what we're about.
Younger.
He knows the trends. He knows
I've got a bit more. I've got a bit more of an insight. I think as I'm 21, I'm more in tune with. And won't mind me saying that, I'm more in tune with like what's going on online, trends, what platforms to use, etc. I think I've got that approach to the marketing, I think.
And so who's the buyer then?
So obviously we're in B2B.
Yeah.
And our usual ideal customer will be anyone that has 10 people working there, all the way up to 200, we might say, and we can support them businesses. But it's we have a lot of manufacturing clients. Accounting, engineering, as a whole variety of industries. We don't really have any kind of no-goes in terms of sectors that we support.
So I'll take you back to how he sells it, if he doesn't know about. He spent a year on the service desk.
Okay.
That is true, so last year in 2025, we were things were very busy, and I offered to help out kind of on a service desk from a first line point of view. As we're a small business, kind of everyone you wear different hats. And I had a bit more time on my hands, and I thought, I'll help the first line IT support. And that gave me actually a really good insight of like what we actually do.
Yeah.
Because when I'm working in marketing, I can kind of see what the guys are doing downstairs or whatever, and kind of get an idea. But actually working it, it gave me a really good insight of what I'm actually selling.
But for me, it's all about building relationships. And there are IT companies. It's like, no, we're your IT partner.
Yeah.
Like, we're an extension to your team, aren't we? You pick up the phone, we'll answer. We've got really good, strong relationships with all of our customers.
And it's been a consistent theme through our podcasts where people have said it's about responding, being open, being honest, and just working with people in partnership. Yeah. It sounds really simple, but a lot of businesses just don't do that.
And then you have other businesses that try and tie you into long-term contracts and stuff, and it's just, how can we protect that revenue for free? It's like, no, what does the customer need for here and now? And I guess sometimes we're guilty of getting too involved, I guess, sometimes. Right. But, well, I say that. Chris would say, we're doing a lot of billable work, but not getting paid for it, because we give lots. But that's just in our nature, and that's part of who we are, and that won't stop. It's good fun, isn't it?
From what you said, one thing you told me when I first started my course is like we are basically a glorified customer service company, like that know a bit about IT, and that's like, if our customers call us, they want to have good customer service, and we can help them with their IT issue. It's more like we're good at customer service, and we know a bit about IT. Kind of that's what we do.
No one wants to be waiting for ages on the phone. Nobody. If you could break that up, our team are very good at remembering. Like, they'll know someone's husband's birthday, for example, from one of our 110 customers or whatever it is. They'll be able to pick up, how did your son get on last week? It is, and that's what we're all about, isn't it? It's people first, like delivered by people for people, and that's what we're about.
And then the team enjoy that more because they get the team. People do like people, even those that say they want to sit in a dark room and not. They still want people around them, still like people.
But I sit in a dark room so I can spend my day talking to people.
Yeah,
because we like chatting, don't we?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.